Next to live in Paris, the UN's Refugee Agency is warning that it's broke and its financial crisis could put thousands at further risk. The UN High Commissioner for Refugees addressed the Executive Committee. His words were very sobering. The number of people displaced each day, that's each day, has increased from 11,000 in 2010 to over 42,000 today. His agency now beyond the point, he says, where it can function correctly. Well, here in the studio is a spokesperson for the UNHCR, Céline Schmitt, joining us. Thank you for being with us. Clearly a very serious situation. First, these figures, 42,000 people every day. It's a staggering number.
Yeah. We've never seen that before. The total number of people displaced now is 60 million throughout the world. The number of crises has been increasing over the past 5 years. New crises are starting every year, even more than every year. But also the old crises have no solution. So the number of people displaced is increasing. Every day there are more than 40,000 new displaced people throughout the world, and we are now struggling to respond to their basic needs to help them.
I think people of all political persuasions, Céline, will be watching this from all around the world with support for you and asking the question, how do you get to this position where the UNHCR is out of cash?
Our donors are generous. They have been generous, but the needs are increasing because the number of people is increasing. Like 10 years ago, there were 38 million people displaced throughout the world. Today, there are 60 million. And new people being displaced, who are traumatized, who've lost everything, who need everything. They need help from humanitarian actors. That's their only hope to get help. But also people who have been displaced for years and who still need help. And that's why now we're expecting that this year we would not even have half of the money we would need to just reply to the most basic needs of the people.
And this is talking about supporting people in say, for instance, refugee camps in places like Lebanon, Jordan, who've been fleeing from the Syria conflict, supporting people coming into Turkey and beyond. And obviously we can talk about the migrant crisis. We could talk about many crises as they're going on. How is this affecting you trying to supply the basic needs of these people? I imagine supply is becoming more and more short.
Yeah, exactly. We're obliged, to cut help to some of the people. So what we are trying to do is really to respond to the basic needs of people and to help people who are fleeing crises, just to help them to have food, to have a shelter. But, that's what we can do. Now, some parents can't even send their kids to school. They can't have access to healthcare, and they have no hope for the future.
It's a massive web of sadness, this whole story. Does the solution lie in countries giving more, the rich countries giving more? Does it lie in the rich countries taking more responsibility to house and help these people?
That's one thing. More solidarity, yes. More funds. That's something we need. But also more solutions to solve conflict and more solutions, more prevention of conflict. You solve the conflict,
you don't have the people fleeing their homes. Simple as that, isn't it?
Because humanitarian action has never been the solution. The solution is political. So what needs to be done is to find solutions to these conflicts, but also to prevent new conflicts and also to increase development aid to countries.
Okay, Céline Schmitt, let's hope that message is being heard loud and clear in all the corridors of power around the world. Thank you very much for joining us here in the studio. Just to remind you at home, 42,000 people every day becoming displaced by various conflicts. The UNHCR, who Céline Schmitt represents, struggling now to cope due to a shortage of funds, which I find totally unbelievable, but that's the harsh reality today. Céline, thank you very much for coming to explain to us and explain to our viewers the situation. We appreciate your time.